So as we continue, we already know that, okay, Gardner, okay, I hope this is on your screens right now. So Gardner had his multiple intelligences that we are so familiar today. So again, it's not how smart you are, but where you are smart at. Now we know that there is verbal linguistic. This is the dominant one. Okay, verbal linguistic intelligence. People with or under verbal linguistic learn with sounds, meanings, language structures, and learning styles. They're more on the macro skills of language: speaking, writing, listening, reading. We also have the logical mathematical individuals. They learn best with patterns, numbers, cause effect relationships, objective and quantitative reasoning. They're good with finding patterns or making calculations or forming and testing hypotheses, especially following scientific method. Then we have the visual spatial or visual spatial. It's more on colors, shapes, visual puzzles, symmetry, lines, images. They're good with representations, mental images or visual details, drawing, sketching. Then we have the bodily kinesthetic, more on touch, movement, physical self activities, athleticism. They're more with activities, physical activities, speed, flexibility, eye hand coordination, balance. And we have musical intelligence, tone, beat, tempo, with melody, with pitch, and with sound. Okay, they learn best when they have that. And they're good with listening or singing, and of course, playing instruments. Then interpersonal intelligence, body language, mood, voice, feelings. They're very good at noticing and responding to others' feelings and personalities. Then when we have intra, it's self-smart, knows one's own strengths and weaknesses, the desires and goals of one's life. These people are good with setting goals, assessing, evaluating personal abilities, and monitoring their own thinking. Then we have naturalist intelligence. Of course, natural objects or naturally occurring patterns, plants, no? Plantita, animals, concerned with environmental or ecological issues. They're good at identifying or classifying living things and natural objects or those that appear in natural environments. Then we have the existentialists, the existential intelligence. It's about the big picture of existence. It's about something philosophical, why we are here. Okay, these people belonging to the intelligence are sensitive to deep questions about life, the meaning of life, death, of existence. Okay, quite philosophical. So those are the MIs as um, mentioned or forwarded by Gardner. Now we're just giving them a run through because you have already explored them with your previous modules. I don't want to go on repeating the same things all over again. You might get bored. Aside from the MI, we also consider learning styles model. Okay, the MI, multiple intelligences. And aside from the MI, we also consider what are the styles or models, okay, of learning do our students possess. Okay, now what type of learner are you? What's your learning style? Now, by the way, talking about the intelligences, when you take the MI quiz, the one I assigned you, it will result to not just a singular or one intelligence that you possess, but we actually have a combination. We just have a strongest or stronger intelligence. For example, we are more verbal. For example, I'm more verbal linguistic and visual. Of course, I'm less mathematical. But we could be a combination of all or of a handful of intelligences. No? Again, we cannot be canned, we cannot be boxed. Di man ta pwede nga i-categorize into just a single intelligence. You will find out in your results later, and whether you agree to that or disagree, but you will be amazed that you will discover something new or you will affirm what you already suspect yourselves to be. Now, learning styles depend on how you learn. In what best way do you learn, or in what manner do you learn best? Okay. Now, why do we need to know our learning styles, especially our learners in the future? It will be useful because your teachers, I, for one, as your teacher, or you yourselves will be teachers of students, you will know how to teach them best because you know how they learn. Okay. And does it really make a difference? Yes, of course. It will. It will make a difference. Now, the VARC, okay, learning styles model. The VARC stands for these four learning styles: visual, oral, read and write, and then kinesthetic. So the VARC, learning styles. Okay, let's skip this one. Actually, the VARC learning styles will tell you how you learn. For example, in this test situation, if you buy something that you have to assemble when you get home or when you get it home, what do you do? Okay. Do you open the packaging and try to put items together without reading instructions? Are you like that? Kung you have a gadget or you have a new thing, you automatically assemble. Bahalagway basa-basa sa instruction. Or do you read all the instructions before you attempt to assemble them? Mm-hmm.
Read first, sir.
But some people are not like that. Probably you can relate.
Yes, sir.
Or you can hand the instructions to someone else to read them to you or read them aloud yourselves. Some of us do that also. We try to read everything or basahasan ni okay, as the person reads the instruction, you also do the manipulation or the um, assembly of a particular thing. Okay, so those are actually your styles, or the different styles will reflect your learning styles. So of course, as a visual learner, okay, visual learners, okay, can learn by using visual aids. They learn when there are handouts, when there are slides or diagrams or illustrations. So you learn when there is something like this, okay, yung mga outline, okay, outlines with charts or graphs or graphic organizers. For read and write learners, it's okay that there are no visuals. Wala yung mga circle, mga box din ha. They prefer just to read. They learn when they read texts. No? Okay sa ilang nga puro ra na words din ha. No? They enjoy reading the text even without graphics. Okay. They like readings or listings, textbooks, library books, okay, notes, or the teacher writes on the board. Okay, but not this time. And then we have the auditory learners. Okay, the auditory learners, of course, they prefer listening to lectures or discussion or tape or audio recordings. That is why I'm recording our session so that I know some of you might, I'm not sure, but probably some of you right now are just lying in bed, nangidahigda, naminaw na lang sa akong discussion. So, mura ko radyo, di ba? I'm a sort of like a radio, di ba? This is Prophet 101, DJ Jigger here, di ba? Taking in your requests. So, some of you might not want to always, I mean, me sometimes when I attend seminars, online seminars, sometimes I don't want to look at the screen because, of course, how many hours? I just listen. I just stay beside or sit beside or even lie down and then just listen to the lecturer presenting something. And I also learn by that. So that's why I'm recording our session so that you can review. Okay, uban sa inyo siguro karon nagduka-duka. I don't know what you're doing, probably doing something else and just listening to me. So you can get back or go back. Okay. So auditory, oral. Okay. You'd like to learn best or you learn best when listening. Hopefully, listening and not just hearing. Pinasok dito, nalabas na sa kabila. Wag naman. And of course, kinesthetic or tactile learners. They prefer to learn via experience. They learn best when they move, when they can touch something, when they can have experiments, or when they can manipulate. When they really act on something. Okay. And you notice that even if you're just listening to the lecture, some students scribble notes, or in their notebooks, nagkuris-kuris sila, or nag-drawing. But actually, as they are drawing, they're moving their fingers across their ball pens on their notebooks, nag-drawing, o mga something, those actually have connections with their learning. No? Usay ilang mga words, ilang lecture notes, ilang pang-sumpay-sumpay ng illustration. That's actually a subtle or a very discrete kinesthetic activity. Okay? Or siguro karon naminaw ka sa ako pero nagkaumulo po yung kagkaon, o di ba? Or nag-usap-usap ka diyan unsay machichirya. But actually, as you are moving, that actually helps the concentration process. Okay. Masin, ang basin nyo diya, kamulo, namina sa lecture, kamulo ng laba. Do I know? Or sa baka namilo, okay, or something. So, the movements of the body actually help in focusing. Ano sa mga nga kanang kalingas sa bata, kung alingasa ang bata lihukan, no? Yung pagpuyo, pag-concentrate, that's actually not a good idea. Pero sa kanang ilang pag-move, constantly moving, mag-adjust sa ilang posture, is actually the adjustment of their focus. No? Okay, the more hinong kang okay, just sit there, don't move. The more that you don't concentrate. Sometimes in the classroom, we ask our students to sit properly, to hands on your lap. Nagtuuta nga pag inanang ilang position, sit erect, they actually listen. I know, they're actually bothered. That's why in my classes sometimes, in the actual classes before, kung ang estudyante usay, ang liningkuran mura sa, except of course sa kanang plaster lang, pero kanang ang uban mura maghigda, mag-akbo. I mean, they are types of concentration. So for kinesthetic students, no? Except nagi ka na magtinog-tindog na magsaoy-saoy, that's management, classroom management situation. But sometimes we need to allow students to be kinesthetic. Usay gusto nila ito nga eyes to the board, no? Eyes to us. Pero sa ila gusto magdungo-dungo, just let them be. I mean, nagdungo ng uban din ha, nagkuris-kuris, but they actually help the focusing. So, do you agree that your style could either be any of the VARC, visual, oral, read or write, or kinesthetic? Diba? I think you sometimes do that. Even kung mamina ko lecture, you're unaware sometimes nga giingkit na nimo ang ballpen. Or nasuyop nimo ang tinta. But actually, it's because you are, wala ko nakabantay, kaya nag-concentrate man ka. Diba? Ano na nimong eraser sa imong lapis. Because actually, that is the concentration that you have. No? Or, kamulo ka naminaw sa lecture, nagpa-play po ka og music, no? Usahay imong mama or kasambahay, alingog-ngog ba nimo diha kadaghan basta imong gipaminawan or nagbasag libro pero nag headset nag iPad or sana siya namina og music. I mean, to each his own. Okay? And we have to find that comfort zone in learning. Okay? Visual, auditory, oral, read and write, and kinesthetic. Now, there are other learning styles. We'll just skip this one. Okay, magdugang-dugang lang sa inyong labad sa ulo. Okay. Then we'll go to Learning Styles Model, this time by Rita and Kenneth Dunn. So Dunn and Dunn, okay, tried to outline that the learning styles are actually, okay, dependent on the stimuli, okay, and the stimuli will affect, okay, the styles of our students, ourselves, okay. So they have 5 stimuli: environmental, emotional, sociological, physiological, and psychological stimuli. So each of these stimulus, okay, have elements, and these, okay, in turn will determine the styles of learning. So under environmental stimuli, you have sound, light, temperature, and seating design or seating arrangement. Now, in environmental, we consider the factors that surround the physical environment. Okay. Of course, in a classroom, we are now in a virtual classroom, but we consider also sound. Okay. Do we learn best with no noise or with what kind or amount of noise? Sometimes noise is a distraction, sometimes noise is an aid, okay, or a tool for helping us understand better. Usahay sa online, usahay dito magdungog. Usahay bida kayo ang mga alagang baboy, alagang aso, alagang manok, no? Pwede pa lang maihaw para maway tingog. We don't have the noise canceling, so expensive right now. But really, the sound matters. The light also matters. Lighting in the classroom, if it's too dark or too light. That's why in the online environment, I'm just gonna get, diba? Salig lang tayo sa mga ring light to make us more, magnified. Wait. Klaro ba itong mga kuandan ni? So, mga fine lines in the pores, but it matters. Okay. Am I on the right light? Diba? When you become a teacher, you'll be conscious, oh my God, haven't wore any makeup yet. Anyway, and temperature. So, of course, yung mata makabalo karon kung giigang baka or gitugnaw baka diha, gitakigan ka, but in the classroom, that's why in the classrooms that we have, nag-electric fan, ceiling fan, di ba? PTA project, electric fan, kay para dili igangon ang estudyante, kung igangon siya, di siya makatuon. Kung init kayong classroom, o kung tugnaw kayong classroom, di ba? Sir, ipa-aircon na to itong classroom, kay mas ganahan ni magtuon ko aircon. Nabasin mga tulog mo tanan. Ano ni matunan kay ganahan nagkatulog. Even seating arrangement affects learning styles. Karon sa online, what ay seating arrangement. Okay? But some students, no usay makabantay mi sa ila, nagklase, nahigda-higda. And we discourage that. Even in the online environment, we encourage our students, you wear your uniform and you sit properly. Kaya usahay man good, magidahigda, ako'y nakatulog. Mawa na. Naghagok na, nag-online class. Okay? To set the mood is to practice. Bahalag na sa silang balay, mura gapog na sila sa ispilahan. That's actually the setting for OL, online classes. And even wearing uniforms. Kaya usahay mo ko, nakapambahay, nakapambahay outfit, no? Naka-uniform ang upper, ang lower, na nagpajama or shortest short. But it gives the psychological and environmental feeling to stimulate learning. Then we also have emotional stimuli, motivation, conformity, responsibility, task preference, and structure. Okay. Of course, your motivation is part of your emotion. What drives you to learn? What drives students to learn? Ano nagtutulak sa kanila na mag-aral? Eskwela kay naibaon, di ba? Dabi karon kay online, na bound-bound. Wala ganahan ng eskwela. Sa una kay ganahan ng eskwela kay ganahan na lang kay no? Magtigom sa baon kay pero ka sa balay, anong pabawnan pa man ka? I don't know. If you have children, if you have kids who are online right now, do you give them baon? Wala magbaon pa man ka nga. Na naman ka sa balay, kung gutumon ka na ibahaw diya. I mean, but before, mag-eskwela kay na baon, mag-eskwela kay aron makaikya sa trabahoon sa balay, di ba? Anong mag-absent ka na, wala, ikaw ipalampas, ikaw ang limpyo sa balay, eskwela na lang, with allowance pa. It's about conformity and responsibility. Katunga rata karon nag-attend sa tong online class, no? Unsa kay hunahuna sa uban? Recorded bitaw, so pwede ra ko magtanaw sa recording sa class. Okay, fine. Okay. Pwede na bitaw ko mag-review later. But we miss the opportunity of interaction. I mean, di ba lahi ra ginang live? I mean, we are facing each other now. You can ask me questions right when you don't understand something, and we can reply back. You get the feeling ako magtanaw na lang ka sa recording later on. Igor ka maminaw, more kag audience, but if you can participate, that's better. The preference, the task preference and structure. Although karon sa online classes, we are limited to just this, virtual. Okay? You cannot really see me on a physical distance, but virtually. I can also see you, but we don't have the same environment. Our same common environment is the online platform. But we are all segregated in our spaces. Okay? And it might affect, usahay, di ba? For a high school student or high schooler, ganahan ng eskwela kay naman. Na si class sa classroom, di ba? Pwede di mo makindat-kindatan, pwede di mo siplat-siplatan, ganahan ka mag-answer kay mapansin ka, ganahan ka magpapansin. A high school student, teenager will have that, di ba? They can have the chance to make tabi-tabi siyang abay. Dali na kayo makapangutan sa answer, makalili sa answer. Bisag karon share it na sa mga answer. And there's that feeling of motivation in terms of preference and structure. Karon sa atong Prof Ed class, I don't know, how do you help one another? Di ba? Siguro aside from the standard group chat, nasad mo yung mga mini group chats to yourselves. Inana ra binaa siya. Na ginay mga in the classroom we have the barangay, di ba? Kaya nga grupo kay sila ang group of friends. So na sila natulo sa isa ka group chat. Okay, na sila di ganan sa ilang isa ka classmate, ilang gilibak din dito. Nasayo pag reply dito na reply sa kadaghanan, agoy na pangka. So something like the structure of activities that we have, or sharing of tasks also, because that affects the sociological stimulus. Okay, so under sociological stimuli, you work well with yourselves, whether in pairs, with peers or groups, whether you are authoritative or more likely submissive, or you prefer variety. Okay? Some of us think that tungod kay online naman karon kanya-kanya gid ni isa-isa. Okay? Labi na tungod sa mga social distancing, restrictions, di gid pwede magrupo-grupo. Okay? Of course, we prevent and we try to help lessen, okay, the viral infections. But we can still do groupings. You can still do pair and peer activities. Although limited lang gid siya nga kamo partner mo, but you have to submit requirements together online, or you just have to collaborate and find ways to make things work even if you are far apart. Or some people don't like to work in a group because they prefer to be alone. And we respect that. Some people would like to work in a group because they can be better collaborators rather than individualists. Nasa uban nga, grupo-grupo para madali. Grupo para mabahin-bahin ang amot kung naay uh, expenses. Grupo-grupo kay sayon ra kay siya na computer, o siya mag-encode, mag-print, siya na camera, siya mag-video, siya daghang kwarta, siya na pa-snack. I mean, you know the things that we do with groupings. Kasi uban nga ay sa di ko gusto na ng mga dawat limpyo, mga salig-salig. Ako ra isa kaya man ako. Mm-hmm. It's a learner to learner, case to case basis. Then of course, physiological stimuli affects our learning. Perceptual abilities, vision. O ba siguro sa inyo, di kay ganahan mututok sa screen or anak pa, no? Or probably farsighted, layo kaayo. Okay? Intake. Okay? Nutritional intake. Pag ang klase sa buntag, sa normal classroom, you expect na first period yung mga klase 7 to 8. Students are sleepy, katulgon, nagduka, way pamahaw, ang sakit na ang tiyan, first period pa. Okay? Madali na mag-atog eskwelahan. Even now in online classes, if I have morning classes, I don't know, pila lagi kabuk ang tunga. Or, saan na siya? Little by little. 8:30 akong class. Pero ang uban, no, tulo pa kabuk ng sulod sa 8:30. Pero paabot sa alas 9, alas 10, ay pa nagnapulo. Ay pa nagmata, pay pamahaw, pahilamos. That also matters. Excuse me. Pareha sa inyo, usay karon kay nato sa online, nato sa balay. Siguro kung ba sa inyo walay pamahaw. Or gi-off ang camera kay kamulo pa diya nagkaon-kaon. Lisod man sa kayo nga mag-eskwela ka nga gutom, no, agapoy mo sulod, way sulod ang tiyan, apoy mo sulod sa ulo. Time of day. Time of day is also important. Kung morning imong klase, I find the morning classes very short. I don't know. You noticed? For me, morning classes are short. Murag, dali ra kay ang alas 8, mo abot dili alas 12. Afternoon classes, although maura gihapon ang time, pero kung murag taas kay ang afternoon, I mean, psychologically, the idea is, alauna, kadugay pag alas 5. Pero kung buntag, alas 8, kalit lang na mag alas 12. You notice that? Siguro sa buntag ay dali tang tanan, no?
Kayo, sir.
Murag garush na baga karap-karap. Alas 7 na.
Tinaod, sir.
Wa pa kahilamos. Magdigamo pa ka. Mag-online na ka sa alas 8. And the day is like fast forward. Pero pag hapon ng klase, alauna. Uy, alauna.
Laay, kayo, sir.
Alas 2. Alas 5. Lipit na. Wapa man inahuban. That's why I like the morning classes. So. When I asked Ma'am Marlene, asa man ta, morning ra ko, ma'am. Because I like mornings because, but lang, if it's 4 hours, 8 to 12, mas dali lagi ng buntag ay sa hapon. I don't know, but I love mornings. I'm a morning person, actually. And mobility. Well, of course, this is not a classroom that we can all move. Diba? I mean, we are glued to our screens. You are glued to your laptops and gadgets or cell phones. I'm glued to mine too. So really don't have movements. Kung napata sa classroom karon, we can have Zumba. Let's have some icebreaker. Let's have a song and dance number. Okay? Probably we can have some Zumba. Huh? Sometimes during the break, we can stretch, we can walk, stretch out those muscles. Kaya usahay basin napulot ito sa tong bangko, we're glued. And last stimuli is psychological. Okay? Psychological stimuli refers to the learner's perspective, the learner's viewpoints. Is the learner, are we analytic or global? Are we impulsive or reflective? Some of us are so specific. We think specifically. We like to look into details, analytical. Okay, we'd like to know each and every element. But some of us are global also. We would like to look at the bigger picture. We'd like to look at the finished products and ideas, and we don't like to go to details. Well, some people act impulsively. They want to rush. Na assignment, answer diretso. Wala kita na ang deadline next week naman di ay. Di ba? Na ubasa nga, kalangay ba ni mo ay reflective lang siguro. Di siya gusto mag-rush into conclusions or into activities. So it's really dependent on those. Okay? The elements affect your styles in the various stimulus. Now, whether you agree or not, but Kenneth and Rita Dunn has actually studied this, and they found out that these elements, okay, constitute your learning styles. Questions so far? Anything you'd like to clarify from the aforementioned discussion?
So far, wala naman sa...
Okay, that's good to hear. I hope what one person said goes to everyone else. Okay, to continue, we're off to another topic. We're actually um, taking two topics for this session for today. I hope you can see the slides.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so part of today's target is, of course, to recall previously learned concepts about teaching and learning, draw connections to the nature of learners in their ways and means of learning, distinguish the attributes of a professional teacher, and determine importance of good and conducive learning environment. Are good teachers born or made? What do you think? Are good teachers born or are they made?
I think made, sir.
Oh, made. Made in GCC. Okay? Wala bang ipinanganak talaga na
Yes, sir.
maging magaling na guro? Siyempre, as a prof ed student, you will say, of course, sir, we are not born because we were born and we graduated with another degree and course. So I think all of us here in prof ed are made to order. Diba? So, and made in GCC. Okay, we accept that. Okay, so of course, we tackled the student, the learner. We said that the teaching and learning space consists of the learner, now the teacher, and of course the learning environment. Now let's go to the teacher. Okay. We cannot have a small group discussion, but I'd ask you to reflect on this and maybe I will call a handful of you to share. Okay? Recall your most unforgettable experience with teachers, your teachers from way back when. Okay? Preferably elementary or high school days. Kung wala, college days. But of course, elementary and high school days are most unforgettable and remembered. Okay. Now, why was that experience meaningful to you? Whether it's a good or bad experience, huh? I'm not saying good experience. Some of us have traumatic experiences. If you'd like to share, and why do you consider that profound? Why was it meaningful? Did it become a turning point, a defining moment in your life? And would you, as per assessment, would you in some ways be like that teacher or be not like that teacher? So sige, go go down some trip to memory lane. Siguro I'll give you like 3 minutes to think about this, and I'll call some of you to share. Let's have 3 minutes. Try to think over or reflect on that. And I'll ask someone to share. Okay, so who's willing to share or who's brave enough to share their unforgettable experience with their memorable, unforgettable teacher? Okay. Yes, Shane, Miss Shane Hayo.
Yes, sir. Is it okay if it's bad experience or no?
Well, of course, we take all the experiences as a learning experience. Yes, please.
Yes. Okay, so way back in college, I failed in one of my major subject, social psychology, I think. So I failed. I do always remember the teacher because he failed me because I did plagiarism and I didn't expect it that it would be such a big deal for him. So way back then, last minute, we were given a chance to admit if who did the plagiarism. It's just it's finals, and then we didn't expect that our teacher would be as cruel as that because he's like a very cool, and then sabay kayo siya sa amo, and then least we didn't expect na mauna siya iyang buhaton sa amo, and then daghan kayo ginabagsak sa amo ang major. And then ikuha na mo siya sa next na mo na semester, and then because of that wala na dayon ko nag plagiarism. So good ato. That's all, sir.
Well, kasalanan mo naman pala eh. Hindi mo
Wala sad mi nag-expect, sir, na naa-day siya yung plagiarism finder na app. So maayos
Hoy, kung
like
akala nyo, maiisahan nyo ang teacher kasi, naku, matanda na si ma'am, baka hindi na siya masyadong techie. Diyos ko, nauna siya sa inyo ng 2 hakbang. O, papunta ka pa lang, pabalik na si ma'am. Baka na-plagiarize siya before. I mean, it's a cycle. It's like, it's your, next time, pag ikaw na yung teacher, huwag ka rin umasa na yung
Same thing.
student mo. Ganun. Babalikan ka rin noon. Yung sinasabi nila, babalik din sa yung mga ginagawa mo. Diba pag sinabi ng nanay mo, sige, tubag-tubag karon sa ako ng paggahig ulo. Pag ikaw na sad ang mahimong mama or ginikanan, tan-aon ta.
Gabaan.
Gabaan. Sige. Thank you so much, Shane. So, no to plagiarism, especially now. In the Google Classroom, by the way, when I ask you to submit some essay or some writing activity, there's a plagiat test in the Google Classroom. So, better watch out, better be
But
careful.
only teachers can access that one, sir, no?
Yes. When we assign something like you write an essay, and then when you submit that essay to us, there's a setting there that there's an automatic plagiarism test. Careful. Good thing you remind me, diba? Thank you. Georgette also raised his hand. Georgette, would you like to share? Am I correct? Nag-raise ka ng hand kanina? Georgette Andrino?
Sir, sorry sir, wala ko ma-share sir.
I thought because you raised a hand. Who was it earlier? May nag-raise ng hand. Sino yun? Was it Charissa? I wasn't able.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yes, Cherry. After Cherry, you have Dawn. Okay, sige, Cherry first.
Good morning, everyone. Ako i-share, sir, ako lang experience when I was second year high school at St. Rita. Then, I have a teacher, my teacher, kanang, ako gid siyang idol. That's why I kuha ko kurso nga agricultural education tungod sa iya. Kay sa una man god ang ag-ed, pwede siya mag-elementary, pwede siya mag-high school, pwede mag-college. Tapos karon high school na lang gid siya, kay high school man mi nagpraktikum. So kanang ganahan ko sa iya kay bisag teacher siya, mura pud siya guidance counselor, mura siya parent kay kung ang iyang sa iyang advisory kung naay problema iyang estudyante, iyang makuan nga matan-aw na nga naay problema, iya ginang ipatawag sa iyang faculty, iyang istoryahon heartily. Namunang ang mga estudyante ka nang mag-open sa iya tapos dali ra ma-relieve kung naay problema. Bisag sa balay mag-entertain siya problema. Mura siya guidance counselor. That's why idol na ko kay siya. That's all, sir.
Okay, so sana all si ma'am. Of course, as a teacher, you're not just a teacher, you're also the second parent, second mother. Ngayon, hindi lang mother ang turing sa teacher or second parent, para ring barkada, parang ate, kuya. Although we have to be very careful sometimes to know the limits or hanggang saan lang tayo, because we cannot be everything for our students, pero it's a natural instinct for teachers to also be parents. There's a parenting component for teaching. So yes, si ma'am ay lahat, hindi ba? Hindi lang siya teacher, pwede siyang guidance counselor, nagbibigay ng advice. Si student din naman, tinuturing si ma'am na mas napagkakatiwalaan niya because of the trust that we build and the bond that we have with our students. Yes, Mr. Famas would like to share something. Go ahead, Don. Oh.
Nag-lag siya, sir.
He left. You would like to share with. Okay. Okay, here. He is back. Yes, Don, would you like to share something? After that, Finelsa, who was that raising her hand? Yes, Mr. Famas, would you like to share something? Maybe his connection is. Yes, Don, would you like to share now?
Yes, sir. I could still remember when I was in grade 6, sir, teacher Arlene Alvarez asked me if I do have a ball pen, and then I said no. Yes, sir. Madunggan.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I could still remember when I was in grade 6, sir, teacher Arlene Alvarez would ask me if I do have a ball pen, and I said no. And then she told me to bring always with me my ball pen because I do not know who will I bump into in the future. Maybe that person is already dying, and she wanted me to, or he or she wanted me to sign a contract that would own me a building. So I think that's the greatest lesson teacher Alvarez told me, to bring always with me my ball pen.
Okay, so do you always bring a ball pen with you?
Yes, sir. Always.
Always.
Since grade 6.
So that's good because correct, 'di ba? What if papermahon katagaan ni kag kayamanan, 'di ba na? Mo kay ballpen.
Yes. Kung na example sa una, batin ko no si Stephen Gaetano ko no mabangga na ko niya, ningon siyang papermahon ko no kontrata, wala ko ballpen ready. So ningon siya nga, with you your ballpen. I'm sure you remember Ma'am Alvarez.
Yes, of course. I love her also from CKC. Yeah, bring a ball pen always because sometimes that's what we fail to do, and not just in school but in corporate work or in companies. Diba? Kung magpapirma, if you bring a document and you ask somebody to sign it, and you don't bring a ball pen with you, you're wasting the time. If you have some transaction daw, you always have your pen ready. That's actually a life advice, diba? And sometimes you don't want to use other people's ball pen. You want to use your own ink. So that's good. And as teachers, bring your ball pen. Nakakahiya naman na, Paolo, ako ball pen class B. Kay, naku, i-record, naku, isulat. Wow, ma'am. Ikaw pa, maestra may ball pen. Para bang, it's so unfortunate. Okay, thank you. Cheryl? Cheryl would also like to share. Yes, Cheryl?
Madunggan, sir. Answer way back elementary days po, sir. Kanang akong teacher kay kanang ginasugod ko niya og sulat sa board tapos among board kanang walay line ba, walay lines. So para daw ma-practice pagsulat og nga straight kay just like kanang magsulat na ka og bond paper sa bond paper wala ba ya daw linya. So para pag mag-high school daw so kumbaga dili na ulaw nga magsulat sa bond paper na hiwi ang agi. That's all.
So, ginamit ni ma'am na excuse yun. Ikaw pala yung board member. So, every time nga na ipakopya si ma'am, Cheryl, ma'am, kitchen kay agi sa board. Well, para-paraan. That was the way before, di ba? Tapos,
Indana sa kunat, sir, sa elementary.
sulat blackboard. Kita, ang mga tabian, ikopya, by the time at-check ka ng notebook, way sulod. Dugay maperman ng clearance, kaya way sulod ng notebook.
Then si teacher, sir, pag
Hi, sir.
Yes. Nagdaanan natin yan, yes. Thank you, Cheryl. I remember also.
Hi, sir.
Yes, Mr. Emerson, you would like to
Yes.
share something? Sige, go
Yes, sir.
ahead.
Alam ko ikaw may i-share sa something
yes, of course.
inspiration lang po siguro kay kanang our family is a product of teachers, manggod sir. So one of our brother is our teacher. So na-under mi ni sa iya sa high school. Kung nakaila siguro ang ubang kay Sir Raul Bernados, he is a mathematics or physics teacher man siguro sa City High School. So all of us nga mga manghod niya tanan mga pagumangkon or anak mismo na under gid niya. So under mi siyang supervision sir no. So I really like my brother no kay every time nga mag start na siya siyang klase sa physics. So dili gid malikayan sir nga nay mga oral or board work something kay na may mga numbers kaya po no. So alphabetically gina siya sir. So walay malabyan. So maka-answer makasakto kag answer dia or dili. Nagyapon siya scores pero I really like my brother kay wala siya favoritism bitaw sir in terms sa mga inana bitaw. So unsay imong makuha grade sa iya mao gini mong makuha. Then aside po dana sir kanang madunggan ko sir. Hello. Madunggan ko sir.
Madunggan ka, sir.
Aside po dana
Malunggan ka, sir.
Okay. Every time po sir nga marong ko then pag uli na ko sa balay ana sir iya yung patawagon ana niya. So iyang i-explain sa ako. Atagan ko niya another solution anong wala na ako natubag. Then mo advice po siya sa ako, mingon po siya sa ako sir na kanang why man daw dili ko bright or something nga pareha sa iya daw. So it's a challenge for me no nga kaingon po ko nga manong i-compare man ni Manong ang iyang intellect sa akong intellect nga layo ra ba kay mi gap. Kinsi mi kabukig son sir din ikaduha siya na ako pinaka-youngest. So murag something nga layo ra kay ang among makaingon po ko ba nga layo ra kay among gap jud pero although nga na ako'y intelligence pero dili into kuan gid sa nga numbers gid sa payag sa intellectual okay ako maayo man po ko sa arts and dances po so dito ko na excel so bali kanang something lang gid po nga average lang gud po ko pag-abot sa English subject or mga numbers sir no so every time nga nana sir it's a challenge for me nga manikamot jud ko nga makatubag ko sa iyang mga sunod nga mga pangutana then mao po na akong ganahan sir kay dili siya muli og sa ka topic sir nga wala dili masabtan sa tanan dili kanang ang uban instructor mo jump up naman sa next topic na without knowing ang uban wala di kasabot na most especially sa P6 or inana lisod gyud siya so kinahanglan siya sabton ganahan ko siya kay na siya mga follow up or something inana bitaw nga di ka niya biyaan nga dili ka makasabot then It's a challenge po sa ako, sir, no, kay after ato kanang ma-inspire may ko saya kay always may megakita sa balay. So he always taught me gid, sir, nga to be a successful person, naging siya mga 3 words nga ginabilin sa ako, na be good, be strong, and be enough gid daw kuno. So mo to nga ginakuan ako na sa akong ginabuhat na ako, na gina-apply na ako sa akong life pod, sir, even though nga dili good perfectly. Mo tong until such time nga na-challenge po ko sa iya pod, kay yung lagi siya nga nang wala pa ko nakapasar sa let, dugay ba na ako pakapasar nga bright man do kuno ko, yung ko na, oh my God, yung ko na mo to naning kamot jud po ko, sir, kay para pod nga mahatagan ako og value ang tanan kahago sa akong family, ug sa iya po nga nagsalig po siya sa ako nga mopasar ko sa let kay kaya daw na ako. And I'm so very thankful sa iya pong mga guidance pod and learning nga gihatag sa ako, sir. That's all, sir.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Emerson. Of course, we have biases to our family, but yes, I don't know the others, but I haven't had my students like relatives, but siguro, I don't know, but we might, for you, it's a good experience, but some of us probably are, murag, ay, awkward, imong mama, imong teacher, no? Kaya basin malimot, imong mama ba nga, estudyante ka niya na, anak po ka niya, pero paabot sa eskwelahan kay, murag yapon siya mga saba sa imo. Or pag-abot sa balay kay murag po mga estudyante tanan, oh, hands forward, uy, man naman sa kanan mo, hands forward man ta, or something like that. But yeah, it's good also to have that, because we cannot escape that we are all related at some point, like sa kadagan sa tong family tree na kay mga ig-agaw or cousins nga ma-estudyante nimo or ma-under sa imong class. That's also good. And sometimes even me, in the prof ed experience, I even have my batchmates who took a prof ed and they become my students. It's a little bit awkward when we were batchmates in high school and then they are my students previously in prof ed. Like anyway, but we have a different business here. We have a different type of relationship here. But you know, it's a matter of just doing our tasks, di ba? Or
Yes,
some
sir.
of you are my students before, which is not new to me, di ba? Or even some are my co-teachers who are not education students or taking a prof ed, or also with me under me and my student being my students. And you're 15 in your family, so di
Yes,
ba?
sir.
Parang one per intelligences ni Howard Gardner, kulang pa nga. Puro,
Oh, good, sir.
you all have, you feel that you're the youngest nga, nahurot naman siguro tanan ka bright, nga naman
Oh, good, sir.
tanan. Either nahurot or nana sa imo nagtapok tanan ang MI ni Gardner. Diba?
Sinay,
So,
sobra na lang ginang nabilin sa ako, sir.
I mean, that's a good note to remember. Diba? The bigger, the more the merrier. So, the more siblings you have, the more helpers you have, diba? To help you with
Yes, sir.
achieving your dreams. Yes.
Sir.
Would like to share some more? Parang may nag-raise hand kanina, di ko nakita kung sino yung pangalan. It just flashed and appeared.
I'll try, sir.
Yes, don't try. Do it. Yes, Francis?
This is way back my college days, sir. When I was a computer science student, my most unforgettable experience with a teacher at that time was the moment when my computer teacher always suggested us on what to do in our final exercise. Like, at the mga time, sir, is always may mga exercises at like always may ginapabuhat og mga programs, og mga database. So, kabalo magita sir nga ang database is more on analysis. So, ana siya computer teacher always may niya ginasuggestion sa unsay buhaton ug unsay kuan na para ma-accomplish among kuan among exercises. So it's very much meaningful for me, sir, because due to his effort we accomplished all those exercises. And kung mahimo pag kog computer teacher pohon, buhaton po nako kung unsa to iyang gibuhat, kung maghatag ko mga exercises ako mga estudyante, then maayo sila og suggestions sa nagikan sa kuha, then tabangan ako sa mag-suggest po ko kung unsay buhat dapat nilang buhaton. So mo to, sir.
Yes. There are really, I mean, not really, but teachers should be the prime motivators of students. They should, we should be the one to always encourage our students. And to that context, even college, huh? Because sometimes in college, the professors or instructors will just be, maminaw ka maayo, maminaw ako, magimo ka requirements maayo, kung dili, kita na ta sa grado. I mean, diba? I mean, especially sa college, like, kanya-kanyang pagsisikap na yun. Pero when you extend, when you try to extend, when you try to bring all your students to achieve your goals for them, hindi naman kasi ginagawa ng teacher yung klase niya para lang sa magtuturo lang ako para doon sa mga matatalino o magtuturo lang ako para doon sa mga magsisikap. Yung matalino estudyante, di ba? As I've told you siguro, if not, bright students, intelligent students do not even need a teacher. They can be on their own. They can be independent for all we know. Sometimes yung teacher pa nga, mas matalino pa si student kaysa teacher. But the real challenge for us teachers is yung mga kulang sa motivation ng estudyante, yung mga talagang in need of help, di ba? Kapag nadala natin sila na mag-achieve ng task or makagawa ng project to finish something, I think that's more happiness to you, plus points to you. Kasi we naturally expect excelling students, intelligent students to perfect things. I mean, little effort na lang kasi yung ginagawa ng teacher para sa mga tatalino estudyante. Pero hindi naman ibig sabihin na, ay, gananti ko first section, kaya ako'y problema. Wala ka ng problema kasi wala ka na nga itinuturo kasi magaling na estudyante. Pero pag doon ka talaga sa section na talagang sabihin natin last section o talagang needs improvement section at napagawa mo silang maging matagumpay, it has a different vibe or feeling. So sana ganun din kayo when you become a teacher. As Francis promised, di ba? Talagang pag naging computer teacher ako, bibigyan ko talaga ng tig-isang laptop ng estudyante ko para di ba? Ganun. Extend where you can extend. Stretch where you can. Would that be all? Let's take one last. If we can have one last sharing.
Ako na lang, sir.
Ako na lang. Ikaw na lang ulit. Alexa. O sige si Alexa. Alexa, share experience.
Sir, sa way back sa akong elementary years, sir, kay gipaluhod ko sa maestra. It's because kay kanang actually tulo mi ano, sir, kana bitaw ang glue bitaw, sir. Kita mi glue sa table. Siya ang kuan ko na ni sir si grade 2 ko, tapos gilabta na mo ang glue, tapos among gibutang-butang sa kamot. Kimurag natagaw mi to, sir, ba nga nanotice sa mga ang glue dek kana bitang mamagpa. O gibutang na sa kamot, sir, tapos ko kay ang maestra. So mao to, sir, gipaluhod ni niya.
Muna kay kubian ka man. But, you know, kasi bata, di ba? Kids be like, yeah, napakasaya kaya yung glue, di ba? Tapos ginagano mo, feeling mo nag-change skin ka.
Yes.
Mura kaghalas na nag-hilos. Oy, alam mo, mahal yung glue kung Elmer's glue yun ni ma'am, di ba? O yung glue niya ng 1 litro. Mabuti, pinaluhod kayo sa glue. Asin. Pero this time it's a big no. We don't give any more punishments like that. Child-friendly school system, CFSS. Okay. So hindi mo makalimutan 'yon. Siguro by this time, I mean right now, kung makakakita ka ng glue, 'di ba? Kadumdum ka nga sus pinaghirapan. Pinagdusahan ko tong glue na to eh. So, magkakita pa kasi mong anak siguro or anak o pagumangkon, I don't know, na magduwa og glue, may when I was in grade 2, di ba? Ganon. So, all experiences are valid. Your experiences are valid because even if you haven't shared today, these experiences has marked our lives. Hanggang ngayon nga, naalala mo, kaya naging mahalaga yan. Whether it's a good one or a not so good one, the experiences become your touchstones of memory. That in some ways, you will get a nugget of wisdom from that teacher that you would like to copy or you would like to do the same Or you would like to, ay hindi ako magiging ganito kasi di mabuti example to. So, ganun yon. Now, your teacher experiences will really take you to where you are right now. Kasi minsan kinokopya natin yung mga teachers natin eh. Or we have a little bit of everything. The teaching and styles of our teachers from the collective experiences that we have, we actually bring it to our own. Diba? Para bang a little bit of ganito, kay sir ganito, parang a little bit of ma'am, kay ma'am ganyan, and then your own mix. Para bang your own concoction, your own recipe of becoming a good teacher. Now, as described, a professional teacher, okay, is a licensed professional who possesses dignity and reputation with high moral values, as well as technical and professional competence. He or she adheres to, observes, and practices a set of ethical and moral principles, standards, and values. Now, this is according to the 1997 Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers. So, ano yung description daw natin? Oh, wait. Namin. And magiging description nyo soon. Because once you get your license, you will be the LPT already. So, you will be licensed professionals with, naku, napakabigat ng description ng Code of Ethics eh. Dignity and high reputation with high moral values and technical and professional competence. Napakabigat nito, parang minamartilyo sa utak natin at sa puso natin. That we have dignity and reputation. No? Values and competence. And we have to follow and observe and practice ethical, moral standards and values. No? Bakit ba? Kasi si teacher, si ma'am, si sir, tinuturing siyang napaka high ranking sa society. No? Hindi man siya politician, hindi man siya businessman, hindi naman siya artista, pero napakataas ng respetong ibinibigay sa kanya, napakataas ng pagtingin ng tao, ng lipunan kay teacher, sa teacher. As a teacher, we should have possession of both professional and personal attributes. So, sinasabi doon sa Code of Ethics na dapat professionally competent ka, you have that teaching ability and skills, and you also have to possess your characteristics, your personality, fit of a professional teacher. Now, a professional teacher can effect change of learning. He or she must have a sense of efficacy. Yun bang nakapagdudulot talaga ng pagkatuto? When your students learn, when your students understand, when your students are able to do, no, then you're efficient. Okay? Bukod sa pagiging effective, efficient teacher ka. When you can change, when you can affect or have some lasting, okay, positive change to your students because they can learn. A professional teacher with a professional attribute must be an expert in what he or she teaches. Content knowledge. You know what you're doing and saying because you are the expert in that field. We are considered to be experts. And of course, aside from content knowledge, we know how to teach. That's pedagogical knowledge. Hindi sapat na alam mo lang yung content, pero alam mo kung paano siya i-deliver. Alam mo kung paano siya ihahain sa estudyante. You're so intelligent with your subject area? Fine. But you also have to be equally skilled in the teaching and the facilitating process. A professional teacher, of course, has control of the knowledge base of teaching and learning and has a repertoire of best teaching practices. Marami kang alam na tricks on your sleeve. Para kang magician. Marami kang mga pasikot-sikot how to get across, how to put forth the targets and goals or objectives in the lesson so that your learners can be developed maximum potential, to the maximum potential that they have. A professional teacher possesses dispositions and skills and views learning as a lifelong process. Yung nagtuturo ka o yung pagtuturo mo, hindi lang pang good for 1 hour, pang good for 1 period. But you know that you're teaching not just for today, but you're actually sharing something to your learners and developing them not just for 1 hour or 1 school year, but for forever. Lifelong nga. And of course, aside from professional attribute, you have personal attributes. Of course, personality is the sum of our personal characteristics. Teachers, more than any others, are subjected to much scrutiny and observation by society. Mataas kasing expectation ng teacher sa isang teacher. A teacher's personality has a lot of impact to society in general. Kung ano estudyante meron tayo, it goes without saying, ganun yung mga guro o may mga gurong nagturo sa kanila. Kung anong lipunan mayroon tayo ngayon, kaya nga sinisisi din yung education. Bakit? Yung sistema. Remember, we eat a lot of the budget of the national government. DepEd will have always the biggest budget because a democratic society believes that education is the key, will uplift, okay? And will push forth development and progress. Pero sabihin natin, Diyos ko, napakalaki ng budget sa teaching, sa education, not just teaching. The biggest part of the budget goes to salaries and wages, of course. Ba't ngayon, ba't ganito tayo? Sistema ba? O yung mga guro na nasa sistema niya? Okay? So napakataas talaga ng hinihingi ng propesyon na to. And we should be able to match those expectations of society, okay, and deliver. So teachers with personal attributes have outstanding qualities such as passion. You need to have passion for teaching. Kung wala ito, hindi ka magtatagal. Passion is your compelling force from your love for children. Gusto mo at mahal mo ang mga estudyante mo. Gusto mong magturo dahil mahal mo yung pagtuturo. Kung wala kang passion, 1 or 2 or 3 years, tatagal ka lang. Later on, baka mawalan ka, ma-burn out ka. You will find another one. Pero if it's deep inside your heart, you will really do your task and your job kahit pa maliit yung sahod, kahit pa yung sweldo hindi sapat. It's more than the money, it's more than the sweldo. Of course, humor. Teachers must develop good sense of humor. It gives you connectivity to your learners. And nakakabata si teaching, ha? Hindi ka tumatanda. It merges your youth and maturity. Because remember, as a teacher, sino bang kasama natin? Estudyante. The younger generation. So, nakakahawa din yung pagiging youthful nila. Walang tumatandang teacher, ha? Yung mga estudyante ko before, sino ba yun nandito? For example, si Miss Limbaro. Oh, siya yung tumanda. Inabutan niya ako. Hindi ko inabutan siya. Pero yung ganun. No? And we're dealing with live human beings. I was telling this in the first session, di ba? Iba tayo, we are dealing with life. Of course, si nurse, si doctor, they're dealing with life but on a different case, di ba? May sakit. Si abogado, he's dealing with life pero doon sa mga critical yung condition din. baka ma-accuse or pwedeng ma-acquit. Pero si teacher talaga, we all have the positivity in the world because we're dealing with students. We're not dealing with machine. Kung ikaw computer science, whatever, or technology-based ang trabaho mo, you're dealing with machines. Diba? You're not dealing with human life. But for us teachers, talagang iba. So, develop a good sense of humor. It establishes a good relationship. Values and attitudes. Okay. Because teachers are models. Okay. We show and rather than tell. Values are caught rather than taught. Diba? Nakukuha ng estudyante kung ano yung nakikita niya. And as teachers, we should be the models. Okay, and what are these values and attitudes? We have the acronym PUFs: professionalism, open-mindedness, fairness and impartiality, sincerity and honesty. So professionalism, of course, knowledgeable ka ba sa mga pinagtuturo mo dyan? May skill ka ba? Okay. We have to know more than our students know. Why? Tayo nga yung expert, di ba? Hindi ka lang one chapter advance, ma'am. One textbook advance ka. We have ethical and moral conduct. I'm sure in your teaching profession course with Mr. Robles, you have discussed the Code of Ethics thoroughly, or the Magna Carta, or all the Republic Acts. So, do I need to reiterate them? I think I don't need to. Upright and exemplary behavior as models of good conduct. The good teacher is a good example. Open-mindedness. Open-minded ka ba? Hindi naman to networking, ha? But you promote respect and trust between you and your students. You are open to democratic mechanisms. In a democratic society where education is a prime mover, you also encourage your students to do such. We are never authoritarian, okay? We are always collaborative. We are always for the good of all. Fairness and impartiality. We are not biased. We are objective. We don't have preferential consideration. We develop trust and confidence among our learners and with us. And we don't discriminate. We are all inclusive. We should not be the perpetrators of discrimination in whatever form. And sincerity. And with sincerity is also honesty. Our words, our actions. What we say, what we do, they have to be congruent. They have to be parallel. Truthfulness and accountability. When we commit mistakes, we have to own up to them. And dealing with others with openness. We are just humans. Nakakamali din yung teacher. You can ask the teacher to recompute your grades. Baka naman talaga may na-miss lang siyang pag-compute. And as a teacher, you can acknowledge your faults as well. And acknowledge the mistake and correct it. Aside from that, we need to develop patience. Napakahaba ng pasensya ni ma'am. 1 kilometro more than pa. Uncomplaining nature with persistence and self-control. Lalong-lalo na sa high school, iba-iba talaga yung attitudes and backgrounds. Pag si ma'am din ma-attitude, si sir din may attitude, Diyos ko. Nagkatagpo kayong lahat sa classroom may attitude. Parang yung teacher at estudyante may topak din. Naku, wag naman. Si teacher ang professional, si teacher ang mas matatanda, mas nakatatanda. So siya ang dapat mas may mahabang pasensya. Biruin mo si estudyante, your students, they adjust to a teacher in a regular old normal classroom, 8 periods, 7 periods in a day, 7 subjects with 7 different teachers. Sino kaya mas mahabang pasensya? yung estudyante mo. Diba? Si teacher din naman, nag-a-adjust. 6 na klase, 6 na section, meron siya. Iba-ibang estudyante, 40 estudyante, 40 yung naging anak ng teacher, di ba? Ikaw nga, nanay ka o tatay, 3 lang yung anak mo. Paano pa yung 40? Hindi mo naman kaano-ano yun, pero anak mo rin sila. Enthusiasm, eagerness and excitement. No? Talagang gigil. Gigil ka ba, ma'am? No? Gigil ka ba, sir? May energy ka ba at dynamism? Are you the type of teacher na students will be looking forward to? Yun bang, ay nako, I can't wait, si ma'am na ngayon, English time na, or math na, si sir talaga bang, Diyos ko, ikaw din mismo as a teacher, nako, I can't wait to teach na this subject or this period or this lesson. Baka naman kasi enthusiastic lang si ma'am tuwing sweldo, payday. No? Ganado si sir magturo kasi may bonus na. Pagkatapos kinabukasan, wala ng pera, galit-galit na. No? Sa puto na dayon. No? Yung enthusiasm mo must not be motivated by external. It should be something intrinsic. Kasi gusto mo magturo, talagang babangon ka. Sabi ka ng Nescafe, di ba? Para kanino ka bumabangon? Para saan ka bumabangon? Para sa estudyante, para sa kinabukasan. And commitment. Nako, big word. Are you dedicated to your duties, responsibilities, unwavering pledge? Panunumpa mo yan. Consistency and selflessness. Si teacher parang santo na yan eh. Kahit wala na ako, basta't meron si estudyante ko. Kahit wala kaming talaga sa bahay, wala kaming CR pa, pero yung classroom ko may CR na. Naka-tiles pa yung classroom mo kaysa sa bahay niyo. Diba? Yun bang gagawin mo lahat para sa estudyante, para sa bayan, ika na. And kahit na siguro si ma'am may sakit, papasok sa eskwelahan yan para walang deduction, di ba? Kasi talagang mahal niya ang pagtuturo. May sinumpaan siya. Okay, so those are the personal and professional attributes of teachers. Some research findings by Stronge in 2012. Sabi ni Stronge, teachers with a major or minor associated in an area with higher student achievement are especially found in math and science. Uy. So si engineering graduate dito or si sciences-based courses, mataas na yung achievement. Why? Kasi may specialized major na. Si sir na engineer, nagturo na ngayon ng math sa senior high school or sa high school. Expected talaga na pumuputok yung intelligence ng estudyante niya. Kasi field niya yun eh. Caring teachers who know their students create relationships that enhance the learning process. Our parenting nature makes us more approachable, reachable to our students, and thus motivate them to learn. Effective teachers practice gender, racial, and ethnic fairness. Tayo ang nagpapasimula ng inclusivity. Hindi tayo yung nagdi-discriminate. Effective teachers consistently behave in a friendly and personal manner while maintaining teacher-student role structure. We can be friendly but not too much. We can always be personal because teaching is not just professional but a personal dealing. But remember that there is that particular boundary or gap between you and your students. High levels of motivation in teachers relate to high levels of achievement in students. Pag si teacher, pag advisor ka, talagang pinupush mo yung section mo na maging the best. Pag ikaw yung coach o ikaw yung teacher facilitator, talagang nag-extra effort ka para yung estudyante mo, yung contestant mo manalo. Kasi nakikita ng bata na pag si teacher motivated, pag si teacher ganado, gaganahan din silang gumawa. Diba? Pag involved ka sa learning, pag involved ka sa school activities ng mga estudyante mo, makikita nilang, uy, maningkamot ta, kay paningkamot atong ma'am, atong sir, tabangan pa. So it has a direct proportion. Effective teachers exude positive attitudes about life and teaching. Tayo kasi yung model example, kaya kung ano tayo, yun din si estudyante natin. We reflect one another. Teachers whose students have high achievement continually mention reflection as part of their improvement of their teaching. Nagre-reflect dapat si teacher at yung estudyante nagre-reflect. Reflective teaching and learning. Yung bang, pag-receive mo ng test paper mo, ng score mo, ay okay, very good, ay okay, pasar, yun na ba yun? Dapat kasi nating, bakit ako nagkamali sa item na to? Ba't ako nahirapang intindihin to? Next time, anong gagawin kong strategy? When we reflect, we also learn. And through reflection, learning is done. Okay, now, we'll take it up to here only until the teaching or the teacher element. Any questions or any clarification that you'd like to have as of this point or for the whole morning's discussion? Any clarification, any question? Oh, yes.
None, sir.
Yes, none so far. Your silence means yes. Wow. Baka naman, of course, the questions might not be right now, but probably you can think about it later or after reflecting. You can always message, okay? Send a message through the group chats. Again, the assignment found in the Google Classroom is due until next meeting, next Saturday. Okay. From time to time, I will be putting some updates or posts in the Google Classroom. It will be notified through your email. I mean, you will be notified through your emails. So from time to time, check the Google Classroom. I might be also sending some advanced lectures, advanced video lectures for you to view prior to classes. So again, take time to learn and explore Google Classroom. As I have known, you have already Google Classrooms in other subjects. So if you don't have questions, okay, I hope you had something new or something that you have learned for today's session. Thank you so much for logging in and coming to our class. For those who have not, as you will view the video recordings, please do take time to join our classes, our classroom, and our Google Meet. So in the afternoon, I think Ma'am Marlene will meet you at 1 o'clock. Am I right? Or maybe just check in with her when your class will start in the afternoon. So thank you so much for your time. God bless everyone. Have a wonderful week ahead of you. And
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.